Hello friends and welcome back to the channel Auto Freeway and another exciting episode. This time a how-to video. It's more showing the gizmo than the actual how-to because I already did the how-to on the Tesla. The Tesla about, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, we found a dent on the door frame. It was perfectly round, so we thought that maybe, I don't know, maybe a golf ball or some type of round object just hit the door frame and made that dent. So we started looking into, well, how are we going to repair that? And I contacted a couple of places, and they just gave me a lot of bull. Well, yeah, a lot of bull. Well, we may need to drill a pinhole, but we're concerned about the cables or whatever electronics maybe on the frame. And yeah, it may be 100, 150, 200 bucks to do it. So I said, okay, well, let's stop, take a breather. I went to Amazon, found a nice kit to repair the dent, and that's what I'm going to show you. Just another update. I changed the shoes, the tires on the AMG Wicked. I was very happy with the Falcons. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, I replaced them from the original Michelins that it had because they were torn to pieces, basically, to the Falcons. And those were summer tires. So they only gave me, well, actually less than 15,000 miles. They performed very well, but only gave me, like I said, less than 15,000 miles in 2 years. As you can see, I didn't drive the car that much. I decided to go for the Michelin's Pilot Sport All Season 4. They should give me, give or take about maybe 25, hopefully about 30,000 miles. They're great. The ride is a little bit rougher, I think, because they are harder tires. But so far, so good. I like them. So let's go ahead and show you the kit and basically how it works. Okay, so as I said, I got this from Amazon. It comes as a complete kit, including the silicone gun. That's one of the options. I already had the silicone gun, so I didn't get one. So, what was included in the kit was the repair tool, a couple of scrapers to remove the silicone, from your vehicle, and a few of the, I don't know, plungers or I don't know what they call them. But basically, these are the ones that stick to the dent itself. And they also have the option, this is another option, will you replace this gizmo here with this, so you don't have to deal with the blue ones. And then a bottle, basically, for alcohol, okay? So basically, the way it works, you're going to get your silicone gun, right? You're going to heat up the silicone. And depending on how big the dent is, again, I feel very comfortable if the dent is not larger than maybe, half a dollar, or maybe, this diameter, which is about, I don't know, maybe 3 inches or so. However, you can work around a more complicated dent so you can pull it from different, basically, locations within the dent itself, okay? And as I said, you have two options. This one, which basically inserts here, okay? Or this one, which basically you'll replace what's already here, okay? You'll screw it in, and you will need then the blue part, okay? So basically the way I worked it, and according to the instructions, I sprayed alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, in the dent or around the dent and cleaned it with a microfiber. And then I selected for the size of the dent this one that we have, which is about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch in diameter. That was sufficient for the dent, the size of the dent, which was about, half a dollar or so. And so basically, you put a lot of the silicone on this part, okay? Once you clean the dent and around the dent, you put a lot of silicone on this part. Again, this is the one that I use, but your dent may be bigger, so you have the options, or again, different shapes, so you have the option of selecting different, again, I don't know what to call this. let's just call them tabs, the blue tab and the black tab. Okay, so I used this one because I thought it was going to be much easier. So as I said, you apply a lot of the glue once it is melted, obviously. You apply a lot of it, and then immediately you go, or fairly soon after, you go to the dent itself and apply it on the dent and let it dry. It says about 5 minutes or so. I just let it dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then basically what you do is you put this on your car, and this is kind of padded so it won't scratch your car. And then use this indention. That's basically where you fit the blue tab, right? So you'll fit the blue tab in this indention, okay? And once the thing is set, then you start cranking this lever, okay? Screwing it basically. And that is basically going to provide suction or pulling action on the dent itself, with the silicone stuck to the dent. So you're going to start, pulling this, and hopefully, as in our case, the dent basically, for the most part, came out. It was pulled all the way up. I will say that probably 95% of the dent was pulled. So there's still a little bit of it, but I wasn't able to remove or to pull that one, again to get it totally smooth. But you can barely notice it. The previous one, you were able to notice it. Again, it was about this size. I don't know, maybe a couple of inches or so, 2-3 inches or so. And then once it's done, eventually, as you pull this from the car, it's going to pull the dent away. Basically, just going to repair the dent, and eventually the silicone is going to pull also from the frame of the car, from the dent itself, and then you can use. I didn't have to use any of these scrapers. I just basically clean it, removing it with my fingernails and my fingers, and then a little bit of alcohol to basically finish the cleaning on the dent. Okay, so that's basically it. I hope that you like this video. I'll put the description, the link on this kit below. Again, on Amazon, I paid, like I said, $10 or so, and it did an excellent job. So as I said, the dent is repaired. 95% of the dent is repaired. What is left, you can barely see. Okay. In addition to that, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. I haven't posted in a while. I know that. I've been kind of lazy. But in addition to that, coming up with material that makes sense, that is interesting, somewhat interesting. I think this one is. I don't know. Maybe you have a dent in your car. You want to repair it. You don't want to pay too much. This is a great tool to do that, unless the dent is way too big. So I'm thinking that the dent is between, these two stamps, I guess. It should work. And this is about maybe 4 or 5 inches in width. So it should work. Maybe a little bit bigger too. I don't know. But again, if it is a small dent, this definitely makes does the job. Okay. I do have a couple of more videos coming up fairly soon, not in a month or anything like that. One is about the Tesla, okay? And the other one, I'll be reviewing a new electric vehicle that is going to surprise you. It's one that pretty much everybody can afford. So stay tuned. Again, subscribe, like the video if you did. And I'll see you the next time, all right? Peace.